What's up, everybody? Y'all back here at the Project 4 broadcast, and today we're going to discuss.
If y'all saw the title of the video, today we are discussing should you get a credit card. And if you ain't know by now, yes, you should get a credit card, man. Definitely. So this is going to be a video breaking down 8 reasons why you guys should get a credit card if you don't know. So here, number 1, what is a credit score?
All right. Okay, so everybody, I'm about to read this off.
We all need the definition.
All right, this for the regular.
I've seen it.
Okay, so a credit score is a numerical expression based on the level analysis of a person's credit files to represent the creditworthiness of an individual. A credit score is primarily based on a credit report, information typically sourced from credit bureaus by Wikipedia. And so, did you understand what that means? All right, so basically, it's a number that different companies give you, and it's based off of like your history with credit and paying it back. So, for example, that would be like you getting a credit card and you're paying for things like groceries and anything else, gas, and you're paying all that stuff back on time, usually early if you're trying to, you're trying to be perfect, or as close to perfect as you possibly be. So you doing this over a certain amount of time is something that would give you good credit. And clearly, if you're not paying your credit back and you have a lot of late bills, late dues, it's gonna affect your credit in a bad way. So basically, it's your history on you paying back what you owe on time.
Definitely.
And early.
So, a couple things, man. This is the third one why you should get a credit card. Is what you can do with a credit. Actually, what you can do with a credit score. So, when you go to make big boy purchases, right? And they think I'm not talking about a chain.
Not the strip club.
I'm not talking about a watch. I'm not talking about some J's. These ain't J's, but we're not talking about purchases like that. We talking real big boy purchases. You know what I'm talking about, Brandon?
Houses, cars.
You know what I'm saying? Financing, boats, trips, vacations, whatever, a gold toilet, anything you can think of. Right. Whenever you go to make those big boy purchases, guess what you're gonna need? A credit score.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna need a credit score. And the reason why is because, do you have $300,000 to spend? You know what I'm saying?
Do I?
Do you got $300,000?
Not yet. It's low to you. Feel
Yeah,
it's low.
Not yet. And most people do not have $100,000, $300,000, $400,000 to spend right off the bat. And so what you gonna need?
What am I gonna need?
You're gonna need some help from a lender. You're gonna need to borrow some money.
What is a lender?
A lender is a person that you will go get the borrow money from. It's the person that decides on if they want to give you a loan, how much they want to lend to you, hence the word lender and lender. You know what I'm saying? They lending you some money. Got it? But in order to get approved for a loan or to be lended any money, you're gonna need a credit score. And on top of that, you're gonna need a good credit score.
So what would you say is a good credit score, man?
Man, I'm glad you asked that, man. So, from like 670 to 739, that's a good credit score, right? That's a good credit score.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? And from 740 all the way to 800, that's a very good credit score.
Baller status.
You hooping for real. Now, 800 to 850. Hey,
That's what we call a flawless victory.
flawless. But that would be a perfect credit score, man. And anybody is gonna look at you and give you anything you want in the world. You know what I'm saying? You got an 850, they gonna say, you can take it off.
Thanks.
You know why? Because that score shows them that you pay your bills
You don't
on
miss.
time.
You
Don't
miss.
You have a great relationship with using credit and debt. So that's definitely one of the reasons why you should get a credit. Well, you should get a credit card, because when you go to make these big purchases, you are going to need to have a credit score in order to get, a loan on a house, more commonly a mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Most houses cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the average person doesn't have that right away to give up. And so you're gonna need a little bit of help from the banks, you know, from a lender, and voila, a good credit score will get you that.
And another good thing that credit cards allow you to have are rewards. For example, the Chase Sapphire cards gives you a lot of cash back. You know, you spend, you get a percentage of money back.
Yeah.
Also,
1% to about 5% of cash back on any purchase.
yeah, we're gonna put it right here.
Any purchase.
And so, another big thing that people use it for, everyday people, is travel. There are a lot of different discounts you get from using your Chase Sapphire card at airlines like Delta, American Airlines. I don't know about Spirit though.
Most people don't know. Okay, with credit card that I have, it's called Quicksilver, right? There's certain areas in the airlines when you go in and you go check your bags and stuff. If you have certain credit cards, you can chill in a whole different spot from where everybody else is at. When you go and you waiting, and in these areas, I'll probably put like a picture somewhere in here. But in these areas, they have couches, they serve you food and water, and this is all for you. It's kind of like your own VIP area just to chill and wait till your flight's ready to be here, man.
This casual person status.
Nah, this is probably about that 850 status you be talking about earlier. But no, owning certain credit cards will get you certain perks like that. Surprisingly.
A good thing about my credit card, my newest credit card at least, it's with Navy Federal Bank. And so a lot of things I can do with it are like groceries. I get cash back for grocery shopping, gas, just making purchases at commercial buildings like that. So basically, I spend money there. Not only am I raising my credit score by paying back, I'm also getting a lot in return because I'm getting cash back on my money. I'm getting rewards for grocery shopping, for paying for gas, things that I'm gonna do regardless every day, that if I had just a regular debit card, I wouldn't be getting any of those benefits.
Exactly. Most debit cards, you'd be hard to find. Most debit cards do not give out any type of rewards like whatsoever. They might start doing it now because they realize how good credit cards are and how many people are starting to use credit cards on the daily
People are starting
instead
to
of
wake
using
up.
debit cards. Yeah, definitely people are starting to wake up, and we hope y'all, whoever watching this, y'all one of those people, because those rewards, man, definitely something that you want to get. You definitely want to be a part of. You do not want to miss out on that train. And so, yeah, another good reason why you should get a credit card if you don't have one. Another one is you can raise your credit limit, man. So,
What is a credit limit?
glad you asked. So, depending on if you've had a credit card for a long time or if you had it for a short time, you will apply for a credit card, right? And if approved, the credit card company will decide how much money they want to give you to start off with. It's called a credit limit. So on my first credit card I ever had was actually a Kohl's credit card. I used to work at Kohl's, so I thought it'd be a good idea to get a credit card with them so I can, start off building my history with them. And the first amount of credit they ever gave me was $350, believe it or not, man. And $350, I'm like, let's go, let's turn up. And so, yeah, you can get your credit limit raised. Obviously, if you're on time with your payments, you keep your credit cards open for a good amount of time, you can get your credit limits raised with the credit cards you already have. Or when you apply for new ones, they might give you even more. Recently, I had got another credit card after that one, and approved me for $750. And I got another one after that, approved me for $3,500. And then, up and up and up and up. The sky is the limit from there. You can get approved for a lot more things, and that can definitely obviously help you out. Yeah.
Every credit, union is different. Everywhere
Yes.
that you get credit from is different. For reference, I would say if you get a credit card from Bank of America, it's probably gonna be like $1,300 to $1,500 if you're starting out.
Yeah. Yep.
$1,300 to $1,500.
And so, man, we've been talking about for a while, what can you do with credit cards? How credit cards are good, but it's not all, roses, rainbows, and sunshine.
It's not all Lambos and Ferraris.
No, it's not. So if you're not careful, here are some dangers you can encounter if you if you don't know better what having a credit card. One of the first ones is obviously realizing that the money that they give you on credit cards is not actually your money.
What do you mean it's not your money? That's
So-
what it says.
You can be approved for $3,500 and not actually have $3,500 in your bank account. And so what that means is basically this is money that they're lending you. You have to pay back at the end of every month, or you will be charged the fee. Yeah, definitely.
Even more money.
Yep, you will be charged an interest fee, which is on top of the minimum. Most minimum required payments for paying off a credit card is about $25 for most of them. That's the minimum. And you should never pay the minimum. Why? You should never pay the minimum. Because if you pay the minimum, you will basically never end up paying off the debt because of the interest that they put on there. They're going to always add on. Say you spent $3,000, you used up $3,000 worth of your credit, and if you pay $25 of that, then that's only going down. That's $25. So now you're at what, $2,975.
I've never paid just the minimum for
Right.
a credit card.
You shouldn't. That's good. You're doing good.
Never thought about
If you
that.
pay the minimum, basically with the interest that they'll be charging you just for having that, it'll just go back up, and it'll take you the longest time forever to pay off that debt. So you should always pay more than the minimum. If you can, I highly recommend this. As soon as you buy whatever you're gonna buy with the credit card, right? This is the best way this is the best way that I found out to pay your credit cards off. Do not spend money you don't have. So if you're gonna go and use your credit card, say you wanna buy something for $500, you better make sure you got $500 in your bank. So when you go use that credit card, you swipe $500, right after you do that, you can go pay off that credit card $500.
Please
and
go
the
pay.
faster you do that,
Please.
that credit score going to the moon. That credit score going to the
Yeah.
moon. You know what I'm saying?
Very important. Very important.
Definitely. Man, any other
Oh,
dangers?
I would say another important thing to look for when you're getting cards. It's a big thing. Annual fees.
Yes.
Not every credit card has no. For like beginners, if you've never had one before, I would recommend you finding a credit card that doesn't have any annual fees. That's a big thing.
Anybody's confused on what an annual fee is. Basically, an annual fee is the fee that you pay to basically for having the
Have
credit
the
card,
credit
for
card.
having all the benefits and everything. Some of the best credit cards, I will say,
Yeah.
have high annual fees, but
Yeah.
that's because they're probably giving you some really high, great
Yeah.
rewards. The first credit card you start off with 0 fees, you're probably not getting as many great rewards. So
Yeah.
I will say, the better the credit card, probably the higher the fee. But it's worth it if you pay
if you
the fee.
have that type of money. That's
Exactly.
your leisure.
Yep. But if you're starting out, you know how much money you have.
Yeah, I
that
would
you
say
can
if you
buy.
just starting out and you have never did anything like this before or ever thought about it,
Yeah.
I would very much recommend you just start off with one with no annual fee.
Definitely. Yeah, so as far as dangers,
Dangerous.
just the huge danger, just realizing that you have to pay it off at the end of every month before you start
Yeah.
over. Definitely recommend that if you get a credit card, that allows you to have online banking. You can always check up on that because most people, one second.
Okay.
Most credit companies will send you in the mail when your time is due, but what if you don't get it in the mail? They're not gonna say, oh, our bad. They're gonna say, well, hey, you knew you paid for something and it had to be done by the end of the month. So having online banking, everybody's on their phone anyway. It helps keep you up to date with like when everything is due, and it will give you reminders. And you can even pay on your credit card from right there. You don't have to send your money in the mail like back in the Stone Age days, you know?
Yeah, a big thing, and it's a very big advantage that not too many people know about. You could do something called like e-paying, like e-bill, for some credit card places, like credit unions and stuff. So basically, e-billing is when you have it set up so for whatever money you spend using your credit card, it's automatically billed from your debit card. So it takes money right from your debit card onto your credit. So if you're a person that's very forgetful, you could set up that e-bill for some places and basically every time you use your credit card, it goes through your debit. So it's like less of a worry for having to, go in and pay for your credit separately.
Yep,
it
just
automatically
some
does it.
Extra things that can keep you, because none of us are perfect.
Yeah.
So you want to make life as easy for you as possible.
I know Bank of America has it for sure.
Yeah. So, well, now that since we throwing out some credit cards that we've had and that we thought about, let's
ad-libbing or is it ad-libbing?
Let's give our opinion on some good credit cards probably to start off with. Like I said in the beginning, I started off with a Kohl's credit card. So most people, when you go in and you're shopping at a mall, you go to a store, they'll say, hey, if you apply for our credit card today, you get like 10% off or something like that. And most of the time, I think that people really get approved for those credit cards because they're just your basic one to start off with. You can only use at that store. You know what I'm saying? It'll definitely open your mind to the world of credit cards and kind of get you adjusted and acclimated pretty well. When you are applying for credit cards, it will take into account, it will ask you things like if you have a job, you know what I'm saying, how much you make that year.
Your salary.
Yeah, your salary. But that's just to figure out, obviously, if they're going to approve you and to also figure out how much money they're going to give you to start off with, okay? You have any else you want to, I guess if you've been using credit card for a while, Capital One, Quicksilver, I really love that one. Capital One, Quicksilver, I love that one because it gives you cash back. I love it because it also gives you, when you get that cash back, you can choose to either pay on your bill with that. You can also pay off purchases that you've already made, or you can use it towards a crazy amount of gift cards. Like I'm talking Delta Airlines, I'm talking American Airlines, I'm talking Chipotle, I'm talking, man, I can't, whatever. You can use it to pay off a bunch of things, and you can use it for a lot of gift cards. You know what I'm saying? You can use for get that flight mileage up. I really like that one for sure.
I think that's it. I don't think
on those.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, guys,
I say the biggest thing is do not be scared of credit cards.
Yes.
I know a lot of people, like a lot of times, like nowadays, and like being younger, we're always told that like not to have credit.
Credit is bad.
Credit is bad. Where it's really something that you should start now. You should start building a healthy habit for it now. So when you get older, mid to late 20s, you're able to make these big purchases where you won't have any problems. They won't be like, so where's your credit? Because it's a big thing. Imagine being just like this. It's like your SAT score, but for adulthood.
Definitely. Like you do not want to be in the midst of making one of the biggest purchases of your life, and you're all ready to go, and they come out and say, hey, and to let you know this right now, having no credit score is worse than having a bad credit score, because they don't know on you. Your credit is basically your them knowing, how
money.
If you're just gonna pay them back at the end of the day, how well are you gonna give them their money back? And if you didn't know, like if somebody was gonna give you your money back, would you give them money?
Exactly.
You know?
It's just the same. It's just the same as that.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much money you have. Mm-hmm. If you don't have no type of credit, you're not going to be able to buy anything.
So it is good to get yourself familiar now with it, and so you can just get better over time. Having a credit card is going to teach you loads of things. It's going to teach you discipline. Definitely, it's going to teach you to not spend more than you have. It's going to keep you, for a lot of you guys, it might be your first bill you ever pay. You know what I'm saying? And that is
it's a good little transition.
Definitely a good little way to walk you towards, responsibility and adulthood, for sure. Last thing we want to say is just want to talk about how to maintain a high credit score. And simply, man, that is just like we said before previously throughout the whole video. Pay attention, pay your bills pay them on time, or pay them as early as you can possible. ASAP. A credit card is not meant for if you have emergencies, a credit card is actually not meant for an emergency. Your emergency fund is what's meant for your emergencies.
But that's for a later video.
That's for a later video, definitely. But when you have an emergency, the first thing you do not want to go do is go put it on your credit card and say, knowing you don't have the money, like, I'll pay it off later, because it's how a lot of people get caught up and they end up not being able to pay that bill, and then they end up maxing out their credit. How many people that maxed out their limits? They've got 20 credit cards open. They're flicking. They're at the grocery store like, hey, use this card. Hey, no, use this card. As the client, use this card. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to be that person. You want to be on top of everything. Definitely is how you maintain a good credit score.
If you ever have problems with your credit, I have a family member. She's been doing this for a couple years now. She can help you fix her credit. So
yeah, we'll put her.
Check out Brandy.
Put her up there. We'll put her up there, but we'll put it below in the description. Also, another thing. Okay, hey, if you do actually think you have a credit history, if you think you have one, a good app to check that out is Credit Karma. You can definitely go and download that on iOS, any Android, iOS.
Download it. You can just go right
you can also on the computer
whatever,
and type it in the information. If you're confused, if you think you have one or not, definitely go and check and see if that credit score is how it's looking. Don't be afraid to look at your credit score. Okay, definitely. If it needs some work, man, start working on it. If you have debts and all that stuff you pay off, start paying on it.
Yeah. You can do it. Don't be discouraged.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of the number if you know it's not great.
You definitely can do it, and don't be ashamed, man. It takes time.
Yeah.
It definitely takes time to do it, and the habits formed from doing it will definitely pay off in the end. Okay. If you are 18 years old and you are looking to get a credit card, you do need parents' consent. So definitely go talk to your parent or guardian about tell them that you want to get a credit card. If you're 21 years or older, obviously you can go apply for a credit card whenever you feel like it. And in some cases, if you're younger than 18 and you're watching this video and you say, hey, I want credit. I want to build my credit. Now. You can't have a credit card, no. But you can talk to your parents and they can put you on their credit, and so basically when they're building their credit, they'll also be building your credit, but be mindful, okay?
If you know your parents aren't responsible, we're not recommending.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You don't want to have bad credit.
Not at all.
Just because they're your parents does not mean they have the healthiest financial abilities.
Right, or background.
Yeah.
And so, man, yeah, that's it. Should they get a credit card?
Yes.
Yes, you should please get a credit card. And if you get a credit card and you find out that it helps for you, or if you have a credit card and you agree with everything we're saying, go down in that comment section below and definitely tell us your stories. Yeah. If you've had bad credit history and you built it back up, please tell us how you did it. We're definitely interested in it. If you have some credit cards that we didn't mention that you think we should get, let us know, because I'm on the hunt.
And also, if you're younger and you're trying to, pitch this to your parents, tell them to watch this video and tell them to tell their people to watch this video, and then tell your friends to watch this video, so then your whole friend group could have a nice credit start off.
Man, get the friend group right, man.
Positive, bring everybody together.
Yeah, look, make sure everybody money right. You know what I'm saying? Definitely share this video with anybody you think needs to watch, see, hear, listen, whatever. Yeah. Share it with anybody. Like we said, comment down below if you want us to go a little bit more in depth with like maybe credit scores, maybe credit cards. If you like us talking about this stuff, if you have any more questions with money or anything you want us to come on here and talk to you about, definitely we would love to, give y'all our expert advice. Yeah. We're not experts, but we would love to give y'all advice based off of stuff that we know.
The experts that aren't experts.
Exactly. So thank y'all again, man.
Yeah. Like, subscribe. Follow us on The Project 4 Broadcast, #4, no spaces, on Instagram.
Yep. Hey, and we out. Thank you.
Listen.